Hello and welcome to Hearth Crafts. My name is Charlotte and this is my channel where I talk general rubbish about my chaotic crafty life. I live on the south coast of England with my 5 neurospicy children and 2 noisy dogs who are normally in the background doing something they shouldn't be, and crafting keeps me sane. Cast on number 8. Okay, this is it. This is the one. This is the one. This has been on my plan for these 12 cast-ons since I decided I was going to do these 12 cast-ons. I've been so excited to do it, but also so scared because it feels like I don't know what I want to say. It's the one thing that I really, really wanted to do. I mean, I want to do all of them, but it's the one that I'm most excited about, that I'm desperate to learn the technique of. It's some colour work. First colour work attempt ever. So I did some market research and asked a few people what they would start with for colour work, and most people said don't do socks. Definitely don't do socks, because you've got the whole tension thing and the fact that it's tighter because you've got the floats, so it doesn't stretch as much, and you've got to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 needle sizes to do the colour work portion, and it's just scary. It's like a whole minefield. And I thought, you know what, I'm the eternal optimist. So I've had this book for absolutely ages. I love it. This was one of the first things I purchased last year when I started doing sock knitting, and it's been absolutely great. This is the Sock Project by Summer Lee, and I haven't actually tried very many of the patterns out of here. I have tried some, none of the colourwork ones. I always look at the colourwork ones and I'm like, oh, so beautiful, one day. But it's been really helpful, this book. And the first colourwork pattern that it's almost like a coursework book, if you like. So you start with like the first pattern, which is like the easiest one, and then you kind of work your way up to the rest. I'm just trying to find the colourwork section. I mean, a professional would have actually got the page ready. So she tells you to start with the classic flea stitch. Let me try and cover up that bit so I don't show you anything. So this is the first thing that she tells you to start off with colour work, is the flea stitch. It's also called something else. Ooh, so Lysa's flea. Ugh. It's called something else. I know it is, and I really struggle with calling it the flea stitch because I have a real thing about words. There are certain words in the English language that you will never, ever hear come out my mouth. And they're not the sort of words that you actually would expect them to be. Like my children and anyone that knows me, my brothers and things like that, who have known me since birth, always think it's hilarious to try and either trick me into saying these words, or they say them around me and they form a sentence with every single word that they know that I hate and makes my skin crawl. I also have this, I mean, this is getting into the nitty gritty of matisms right now. We're getting to know each other here. So the other thing is, I can't stand things that are like food names. So the country Turkey, like, to me, Turkey's food or an animal. It's not a country. So I will call anywhere in Turkey by the individual sort of towns and cities names. I just struggle with food names and colour names. Anyway, okay, tangent. So let's bring it back. So I hate calling it the flea stitch because that creeps me out, because it's fleas. I hate fleas. There is another name for that, but I can't think what it is. Anyway, it doesn't even matter because that's not what I'm doing. Oh, I'm so overly excited. Okay, breathe. Okay, so the point was, Summer Lee does a cuff work club. It's been going for about a year and a half now, I think. And I remember when she first released it and I thought, that's so cool. And I've been keeping up with seeing different posts and things from people on Instagram or whatever of these beautiful cuffs that they've made. And they're just so cute and I love them. And I thought, one day, Summer, I am going to be part of your cuff club. So at the beginning of December, I thought, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to buy it. I'm going to buy the Cuff Club. So I bought the Cuff Club 1, Volume 1. And I got all the charts for that. And then I bought Volume 2 as well, because she's only done about, I think we're about 4 or 5 months into that. So I thought, that's exciting. Like at the beginning of every month, I'll get a new one and eventually I'll be able to make them. Anywho, when I downloaded the Volume 2, the latest chart at that time was December 2025, and I looked at it. It was one of those moments where it was like I saw it and it was like, it's me all over, and I absolutely love it. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, that is it. That is what I'm making. Now, I toyed with the idea of making this particular cast on another group, so I was going to make it literally the Cuff Club. That was going to be my cast on title, because I thought then I can, every time I finish one, I can carry on. But then I thought, I don't know. Can you tell that my ADHD's playing me up a little bit today? But then I thought, no, just do one, because then you don't have any pressure after that. And obviously I can fill that space with more Cuff Club socks once I've done it. It's fine. So we're just going to call it the December 25 Cuff Club chart. Something like that. That's not going to fit on my little picture that I put at the beginning of these videos. I'll find something to name it, okay? But anyway, so this is it here. It is beautiful. It is my favourite thing. And the point being, when I went on a big tangent about the flea stitch, is that there's a lot of flea stitch in this pattern. So when I saw it, I thought, potentially, if Summer's suggesting starting with the flea stitch pattern, then potentially one that's got a lot of flea stitch in it, I was thinking it can't be too difficult. That was my thought process behind that. It was a long thought process. I can only apologise. I don't actually know where the labels are that so I can tell you what yarn I used, because confession time, I actually recorded an intro for this last week, and I cast the project on, and I started making the cuff, and suddenly realised that Summer suggests using a 2.25 for the cuff, which is what I would use anyway, and then suggests using a 2.75 for the colour work. And for some reason I thought I was going to need 2.5. So I didn't have a 2.75. So I then had to kind of curb the project a little bit and order 2.75 circulars and wait for them to come. So that is what I did. So I obviously did the intro last week with all the ball bands and everything, and now I don't know. I have no idea where those ball bands have gone. But what I do know is I got this yarn at Knit and Natter last week, and it is a King Cole sock yarn. These are the colours that I'm using. So it's like a navy blue and like a natural colour. Thought you'll see the contrast really well on those. What's this in here? No, that's not a ball band. No, that's not it. So yes, I don't know. If I find them, then I will let you know in like the next bit where I chat to you. I do know it was King Cole. And I do know that there wasn't a colourway name on there. It was just colourway numbers. But if I find the ball bands, I will let you know. Anyway, I am super excited to get into this. I'm just praying that it goes right, because colour work is what I want. I want to learn colour work. I want colour work socks. I want colour work sweaters, like the beautiful colour work yokes. Like, I want it all. I want it all. And now is the time. Now is the time to learn. Okay. Hello. So I found one of the ball bands from the yarn I'm using. It's King Cole Tiptoe 4-ply, and I should remember it because look at the animals on it. Oh, my cat's mewing on the stairs. I don't know if you heard that, but anyway, look at those cute animals. I love them so much. I have a real thing for wildlife, forest animals, hence my partial sleeve of them. But yeah, so that is the yarn I'm using. It's very, very coarse, very rustic feeling. It's not as soft as like your West Yorkshire spinners or anything like that. It is very rough, but I've heard that that's a good kind to use for colour work. So yeah, I'm happy with it, and it's been working absolutely fine. So do you want to see? Do you want to see? Oh, honestly, I am so happy right now. So it appears that colour work is nowhere near as difficult as I thought it was going to be. I was scared. I should not have been scared. Are you ready? Hang on, let me. Now, this is bearing in mind actually that I can't try it on yet because it's on 9-inch circulars. So this may not fit at all. But regardless of whether it fits, look how beautiful. Look at it. Look at the moons. Isn't it fabulous? Got the little snowflakes there. You've got the moon. I just honestly, I love it so much. It's just as beautiful as it was in the picture. I can't believe that I've done it. I can't believe that it's as easy as it is. Now, I imagine, obviously, once you get into the realms of lots of different colours, then it becomes tricky. But this, I didn't really struggle with this at all. And I think part of that is to do with my tisms. I've always been one that responds well to different colours and to patterns. So the fact that it's a chart that you're following and you're looking and you're counting the number of squares and you're changing colour, I think it all just really appeals to the way my brain works, because I loved it actually. I'm really enjoying doing this, and look how perfect it is. I love it so much, and I just want to get to the point now of what I might do, because I've only got a few rows left until the pattern actually finishes, because it is just the cuff, and then you kind of go back to your smaller needles to knit a little bit of just the plain blue before going into like your heel flap and everything. So what I might do is swap back over to my smaller needles once I've done the pattern, knit the few rows, and before I'm about to start the the heel flap, I might put it onto like a saver cord or whatever you call it and try it on, because as much as I won't rip it back or anything like that, I will keep it as like my first little colour work thing. I could even it fits on my hand. So if all else fails, it'll become mitts. But I just love it so much. But I'm not going to carry on and do the foot if it doesn't fit. So we'll see. It feels fine to me at the moment. It doesn't feel tight. Like yeah, I think I think it's great. Do you want to see my floats? Right. Do not fall off the end. Hang on, I'm losing stitches. Bear with me. And it would help if I could see what I'm doing. It's very dull and grey here today, so the lighting's not the best. Right, we've got them. We have got them. Right, let me show you my floats and you can give me your opinion on my floats. I actually, so another skill that I had to learn, see, we're learning skills within skills here, is to catch my floats, because I haven't actually caught my floats as such on anything. It's so satisfying. Look at that. I really like it. But there was two particular things. Is it two or maybe a few more? I think that's one of them there, look, where it was actually a really, really long float and I did have to catch it. And I did. And the same on the other side. because the pattern repeats. That might be another one there, look, really long float that I've caught. Learning new skills within new skills. I love it. And I am so happy, so happy, a little bit proud of myself. And just, yeah, I just want to knit all the colourwork things. And I just hope it fits. I hope it fits because I love this pattern. It's beautiful. I really like the feel of like the really rusticy yarn as well. But yeah, there we go. So that is how that's going. My first ever attempt at colourwork stranded knitting. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed, and I knew I would be. I knew I would love it because I just love that, watching the pictures pop out of nowhere. Anyway, there we go. That is cast on number 8 of the 12 cast ons 2026. We're powering through now. We're powering through. 9, 10, 11, 12. Got 4 more. I actually don't know what those 4 are going to be either. We've got to the point now where actually maybe 1 more I know what I'm doing, but the rest of them are kind of still open. So we'll see what pops up. Now that I know I can do colour work, it might be that I stick something colour work in there, but we will see. Anyway, we're doing it, and you're here with me, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening to my ramblings. And my hand doesn't hurt as much today either. There's still a little bit, but nothing major. So I did rest it a little bit yesterday. I was very kind to myself yesterday, and it seems to have done the trick. So yeah, thank you to everybody that gave me advice on that too. I really appreciate you all. Anyway, I'm going to leave you to it. Thank you. You are all amazing. I love that you are here watching me and, you know, enjoying watching me, whether I succeed or whether I fail. We are in this together. Thankfully, the colour work was a succeed, because I think I would have genuinely been devastated if that was a fail. However, we wouldn't have left it as a fail. We would have made it a success. Anyway, thank you. Have an amazing week or day or whatever, and I will see you again really soon. Take care of yourself.